Good morning and welcome to beautiful Bolzano, Italy, the Pallolanda Ice Arena, the home of HC Bozen, one of the winningest Italian hockey franchises of all time. 19 championship banners hang in the rafters, and a good hockey history has been cultivated over the years. A lot of great players have played on this ice surface, including Jaromir Jagr. And we are seeing some of the very best of the next generation of future stars. Two of the most exciting teams are on the ice before you. cska Moscow is one of the top teams of the tournament with a 3-0 record, and they have scored 20 goals while only allowing 5. And at the other end, you have the Western Canada Selects, who have been letter perfect in the last 2 games, as they have been able to score 24 goals this tournament while only allowing a total of 6. So they have been so dominant, and in their last game they delivered their best performance yet, over 10 goals against one of their rival teams, and we'll see how they'll be able to handle a very tough cska Moscow team. They were able to beat Latvia 10-0, and before that Slovenia 8-0. SKA Silver Lions were the only team to solve them 6-4. No one has been able to solve cska Moscow. 7-1 over to the East Coast Selects, 7-2 over the Midwest Selects, and 6-2 over the Slovakia Selects. So Adam, we have 2 supercharged offensive teams. What do you think will be the key for both these opponents in trying to break each other down?
Well, the numbers difference is the first thing you notice when it comes to CSKA. Also, both teams are wearing red, which might be a little bit confusing for us.
Oh, yeah.
But the key thing is to not let yourself get pinned in your zone, because they're just going to keep coming in waves, and they're not going to have any tired bodies when they're coming at you. What they want to do offensively is try and pin them in, because it doesn't matter the numbers difference if they're pinned into their zone.
And definitely there has to be a conscientious effort to make sure the puck is along the perimeter. They're weak shots from long range. Both these teams are absolutely lethal when it comes to shots from the high slot or the slot area. It doesn't seem like they ever seem to miss. So that's another thing to keep in mind. Who do you have your eye on?
Well,
I'd say for maybe number CSKA Moscow, number 52, Poroshkova would be a big player to watch, but from Western Canada, there's been a lot of good players that have stepped up. What about your opinion on who has been standing out?
Well, one of the players that I would say that stands out is Thomas Mercick. His team is Semi Amamu, which I'm sorry if I butchered that team name, I apologize, but his team has went 34-19-8 this season, which is ranked 5th in Western Canada. His team has went 34-19-8 this season, which is ranked 5th in Western Canada. He was also played on the Brick. His team also won the Brick tournament, and he was named MVP.
And if you're MVP of the Brick tournament, that is huge. In fact, his coach, Jason Nicolette, said in an email to me that he considers Thomas Mercick to be one of the most complete players of his age group, maybe the most complete in North America in terms of two-way play. So that is a high endorsement from a coach that has worked with all sorts of different young players. So at the other end, the dominant player has been Danila Poroshkov. And Danila Poroshkov, number 52, has been so dynamite. 5 goals and 1 assist in 3 games. So we'll see how he's been able to handle the pressure here. And what can you tell me about him?
Well, he's the son of the general manager, Elena Poroshkov. He's played with CSKA Moscow since 2015, and he's averaging over 2 points a game this year with 11 goals and 16 assists in 13 games.
And he has 2 points a game here, so absolutely dominant.
And last year he had 45 points in 37 games, so a little bit of an improvement there.
Yeah, that is quite a big time jump, and thank goodness for the sake of the broadcasters, it looks like they're going to change into their white jerseys.
That makes things easier.
Thank you. CSKA coaching staff, thank you. And that's led by Pavel Bolin, and he has a son on the team, number 7, Gleb Bolin. And of course, CSKA, looking at their record this year, Adam, as they're competing in the Moscow Championship, they have been so dynamite in all of their zones this year. I believe they're outscoring their opponents around 5.6 goals per game and only allowing 1.15. So they are absolutely very imperious. And this is their third time, I believe, at the WSI. How did they do last year?
This is, like you said, this is the third time in 4 years that CKA Moscow will have an entry, well, in the under 12 tournament. Last year, they were a major player. They went 4-0-1 in the round robin, which put them second place among 18 teams. They beat Finland in the quarterfinal, but they ended up losing to Dynamo Moscow in the semifinal, the eventual champions.
So they want to have some vengeance. They want to pave the road right to the championship final to finish the job they weren't able to last year. Oh, so close. 1 goal away from being in that final last year.
And I'll also add, they ended up beating this same Western Canada organization in the third place game 6-2.
I believe it was the West Coast Selects last year.
Okay, yes, the West Coast Selects.
At Western Canada, they really want to make a name for themselves. They were able to win at the U13 level last year, so they want to be able to have a legacy of success at the U12 level. And they're going to go to work.
There's a little bit too many men on the ice, I'd say.
Oh yeah, but that's the storyline right there. The fact that they have more roster players, 21 of them, while a lot of the other teams are averaging around 16 or 17, some even 15.
Well, Western Canada has been ready to go for a little while, but I guess having to change jerseys and making sure that CSKA does their little ritual at the beginning.
Oh yes, wanting to make sure they're dialed in. Starting in goal, it looks like it's going to be number 1, Jesse Sanchi for the Western Canada Selects. And at the other end, it's going to be number 40, Mikhail Igorov. Both of them have been dynamite. Igorov has a .923 save percentage, and Dutov has a .941 save percentage. We talk about the offense all day long, but with goaltending like that, you're going to win a bunch of games.
And in tournament play this year for Igorov, he has a 2.9 goals against average in general, so he knows what to do in these tournaments.
2.9 at this level is elite, definitely. Nikita Frolov, the captain, is squaring off against Merzik, and the puck is dropped. We're underway. Jordan Gavin coming down the right side. Backhands in front. They're on the doorstep, jamming away, trying to get it home, and Caswell came close. Gavin walks in front, backhand shot denied by the goaltender Igorov. And that's exactly what Western Canada has to do.
And I believe there was a hand pass, so we're going to go outside the zone.
In the last game that I covered with Western Canada, number 13, Jordan Gavin, had a 4-goal game. So he was so dominant. And we'll have to tell you a little bit later on about him. As the puck is thrown inside of the attacking zone, Maxim Zaitsev. There's 2 of them on this roster. Number 16 and number 72, both the same name. Almost a backdoor play for Team CSKA. And a 2-on-1 the other way. Guns a-blazing. Merzik throws it across, and it glazed off a skate, and it just missed Gavin. And we wanted some supercharged offense, and we're getting it early on. End-to-end rushes. And the CSKA crowd is into it. You are going to likely hear the faint sound of a percussion drum throughout the entire broadcast. Down low, they're going to work. But Western Canada will try to get that puck out of the zone, and they do extricate it out to center. Puck is swatted up the middle of the ice. That was from the blue liner, Cole, one of the assistant captains on the team. Kept away from him. Shouldering into the attacker was Timazov. Behind the cage, taking over is Komarov. He can't get it out. Nice pinch there by Seeley. Catton. Ahead it goes for Ritchie. Timazov gets disrupted there. Catton into the slot. One-timer's denied by Egorov. He flat out robbed Kuramoto.
Kuramoto didn't get all of that shot there.
Not everything, but still a quality chance for Dryden Kuramoto, who also had a hat trick yesterday in an early game and had another 2-goal game. So a total of 5 goals yesterday for number 51.
Well, Kuramoto's Burnaby Winter Club, they went 53-5-5, and they were ranked first in Western Canada by my hockey rankings. He says his strength is his speed, and he likes Johnny Gaudreau because he's small and he can play well.
His play kind of reminds me of number 13 from Calgary. Puck is played around the near side boards and out to center. And also reminding me of Johnny Hockey is number 13 on this team, Jordan Gavin. They both play very similar. As you're really seeing what you wanted to see from this team. Very disruptive hockey from Western Canada. Backhand shot on goal. Save is made. Heslop was denied by the pad of Egorov.
And so far this game has been very reminiscent of the game between the East Coast Selects and CSKA. Most of the play's been down in the CSKA zone, but if they get an opportunity, you know they're going to pounce on it.
But the good thing is that Western Canada is taking away time and space. One-on-one, Gavin into the middle, takes a shot. Great glove grab by Egorov.
Well, Jordan Gavin, he lists his strengths as his playmaking, his passing, and his hockey IQ. His team went undefeated in the Brick tournament in 2016 and was named the first star 3 different times during that tournament. He likes Xbox and particularly Fortnite, where he calls himself a savage at the game.
That is terrific. And what's at stake in this game? If Western Canada is able to win this in regulation, they will move past the SKA because of a head-to-head record. They will have identical 3-1 records. Chance on goal, Frolov's denied, follow-up chance, and a gaping cage was missed. A glorious opportunity, but they weren't able to take advantage.
The SKA doesn't do that often, so you have to take advantage of that fact.
And now we'll see Seeley try to get it out. Ryan Seeley gets tied up down low. Poroshkov is knocked down. Seeley has back on that puck. Backhands it along the far side. Clark Caswell, one of the best playmakers on this team, gets it ahead for Gavin. Up the middle he goes. It is going to be number 91, Mersick, taking his time. Backhands it behind the cage. Gavin on his backhand reverses it over to Mersick. Throws it in front, almost connected with Caswell. Here comes the counterattack. Donsov down the right wing. Throws across ice, but it was tipped away before it reached Poroshkov. Poroshkov has 5 goals, like I said, and 1 assist. Right behind him is Donsov with 4 points in 3 games. In the right corner. Puck is thrown behind the net. Ritchie tries to center. It's broken up. He gets it right back, though. Right into Catton. Tried to throw it right to the slot, as on the lip of the crease was Kuramoto. This game has been frenetically played and inspired 4 minutes and 53 seconds to open it. Both these teams know the stakes. Here is number 72 behind the cage. And that was none other than Maxim Zaitsev. Donsov gives that puck away. Backhanded along the wall. They're trying to get it out, and they do. A little bit of a lane down the middle side, but offside.
Number 51 on Dryden Kuramoto on Western Canada Selects. He just started a little bit too early to try and get on that rush, and it ended up being that slight misstep ended up causing the offside and ending that scoring chance.
There's been a tremendous amount of speed generated between these two teams. There's the other Maxime Zaitev across the line. Dropping it back. Puck is taken away, backhanded along the wall, can't get it out. Kept alive. Good little keep in there from the defenseman number 91, Arseny Vorobev. Only 3 players on the CSKA roster don't have a point. Number 6, Ivan Barbashin, number 7, Gleb Bolin, and number 18, Gleb Lagoda. Heslop throws it into the middle. Backhanded on goal, they score! Celebrini roofs the backhander past the goaltender Egorov to make it 1-0. There is your ice-breaking goal. Western Canada draws first blood at 5:59. So Macklin Celebrini, a big-time goal, and he plays for NSWC Pee-wee AAA1. So very good player. And I mean, his stats have been impressive throughout the course into the entire tournament. And he has 5 points in 4 games now.
Oh, and the referee was taken out on the play by the Russian player by accident, clearly, but it was a humorous fall. Everybody loves it when the official falls.
Oh yes, that was Alexei Rodionov getting in the way of the referee. Or the referee getting in the way of him.
Depends how you look at it.
Yeah. A lot of hockey fans usually think it's the referee's fault. Played over to the far corner. Puck is rolled back for Rodionov. On his backhand. Now let's see how CSKA handles unfamiliar territory, trailing in a hockey game. This is new for them. Here is a chance down the left wing. Caswell trying to exert a little more pressure. Back to the left point. Shot towards the net, tipped wide of the cage. Backhand by Mercick. Tries to get it down low. It is force fed to the middle, but Rodonov's there to make the steady play up the right side. Kosciuszko drops it back. Backhand pass to nobody through the crease. And that was from Utva. Puck is held in. Kosciuszko not able to really initiate a forecheck, but the puck is still in there. Really good keep in by Komarov. Kosciuszko is trying to strip that puck, but it does get out. Flying through the middle, it is Mercick coming towards the goal on his knees. A sharp angle shot is stopped.
And the penalty has been drawn on the play as there's a hooking call against the CSKA player.
And that is going to be against the blue liner, number 28, Timazov. 1-0 for Western Canada. Goal scored at 5:59 from Celebrini. Cross point pass, a shot over top of the goal. That one came from Merrick Arpin. Catton, back for Arpin, no shot. Catton's on the left wall, goes to the circle, takes a shot, blockered away by Egorov. Western Canada trying to seize the moment. Kuramoto, back to the right point, McLaughlin. Right half wall, Kuramoto into the corner for Catton. Goes into Gretzky's office, walks in front, tried to wriggle it to his forehand, but it got off his stick. Arpin kept it alive. In the corner, a little bit of time and room for Ritchie. Throws it across, one-time chance, but the backdoor pass was broken up. A solid stick there by the defenseman. That was number 32 making that great play.
And number 4.
And at the other end, they score. A steal down low. In the corner, the puck was thrown in front. That was number 9, Donsov, on the lip of the crease, making it 1-1.
Number 4, Vin McLaughlin, was taken out at the boards, and he had a hard time getting up. And that was why the CSKA player was so wide open.
And that's why they're actually going to be calling the goal back, it looks like. Because of course when a penalty's called against you, that is going to happen. We saw the puck being put into the goal by Donsov. He tried to sell it with a celebration, but no goal. 5-on-3. And it will be number 18 going off.
So there will be a 5-on-3 for a minute 5.
And that is Gleb Lagoda. Let's see if Western Canada is able to put a dagger into CSKA by making it 2-0. Too early to say a dagger, but putting them in a little bit of a 2-goal hole. On the doorstep. Puck is taken and thrown up the center. Donsov is trying to split the D, almost was able to do so, but a nice effort to take it away by number 7, Casson. Gavin over the line, holding on. Shot towards the goal by Scelebrini, stopped by the goaltender. Rebound is there, and Donsov clears it out to center.
It honestly seems since Western Canada took the lead that the fans in the crowd is not going to let that get to them. They've been more vibrant with that drum ever since then.
And we're going to see a penalty call hooking against number 19, Caswell. So it's going to be a bit of a 4-on-3 for a bet. In 20 seconds, that'll become a 4-on-4. And then after 55 seconds of 4-on-4, it'll become a power play for about 45 seconds for CSKA.
A lot of special teams action in this little sequence.
Oh, absolutely. I'd say the only way to maybe silence the drum if you're Western Canada is to really put this team in a hole. But that's maybe too early.
I don't know. I think he might just do it out of spite at that point.
He might. He'll probably get a whole marching band together to try and turn the tide. Flying around the attacking zone is Kuramoto. Catton over behind the net for Kuramoto. Holding onto that puck. Tried to deal it down low, it's taken away. Seeley tries to hold the line, it just comes out. We're now on to 4-on-4 hockey for another 25 seconds. And like I said, after the 4-on-4, there's about 45 seconds of CSKA power play time. Only goal was scored at 5:59. Macklin Celebrini is the difference. Assisted by number 97, Jesse Heslop. Gavin down the middle. Takes it to the right corner. Trying to possess the puck. There is 3 seconds remaining in the penalty. Mrzik a shot, scores! A quality wrister from the right circle, and he blows it by Agorov to make it 2-0 with 9:31 remaining in the period.
I think Mrzik intended for that to be a low shot, but it deflected off a stick and beat the CSKA goalie glove side. He wasn't expecting that to go high at all.
Agorov has had his armor punctured. He has been imperious up until this game, and now he's been beaten twice in the first half of the period. Now we'll see how CSKA will respond to the power play. Time is up, a shot. Save is made by Sanchi.
Well, Sanchi doesn't want to give CSKA any life. He's going to cover up any puck that's near him, especially if there's an SKA player anywhere close.
And that is a very good save to really let his team know, I've got you guys, I'm here.
He hasn't had a lot of work so far. And we've noticed that with CSKA, that they don't necessarily dominate within a zone. But those odd man rushes that they end up getting, they're lethal.
And it really is the ability to just produce those quality chances over quantity. And you've seen that traditionally with sometimes those Russian Olympic teams when they played against Canada. Canada would usually get all the shots outshoot them 30-16, but Russia would score 4 goals on 16 shots and win.
Well, as long as you develop goaltending, it's all works.
Exactly, and Russia is one of those countries. They've always been at the foremost tip of goaltending development, and probably always will be. Penalty coming up, a trip against Western Canada, and that will be number 14, Corbin Vaughn, going off.
Corbin Vaughn is a member of the Kamloops Junior Blazers in Tier 1 hockey over in British Columbia.
And a lot of players from British Columbia. I believe 9 of them on this roster from British Columbia. 4 of them from Alberta. And I believe a couple from Ontario too. So not all from Western Canada. Shot on goal, save is made by Sanchi. That was a powerful blast from the left point by number 10 of cska Moscow, and that was Shuravin. Poroshkov over to the right circle, no shot. Shuravin, no shot. Poroshkov dangling along that half wall. Holding on, waiting for a seam to develop. Throws it cross seam, but not able to anticipate the pass was Rodionov. Thrown over to the near side. The captain Frolov is in the corner. Poroshkov is going to switch places with him. Komarov is also on the ice. Wriggling his way into the circle. Cross seam pass, shot on goal. Rodionov is blocked. Nice play there by Katin. And Sanchi dives on the puck.
That happens as one of the other, as a penalty. It looked like that happened just as the penalty gets under a minute. And you have to imagine that this is a key moment in the game with it being 2-0. If CSKA is able to cut the lead in half, it gives them life. But if they fail to score on this power play, that can be a little deflating.
7:18 remaining. They've used to have everything go their way this tournament. Every single break. They've been able to create those breaks because of their play, but they're running up against a team that's playing some very determined hockey in both zones. Back on the blue line. Walking the line, taking a shot. Good effort there. It's bounced on goal. It's loose on the doorstep. Backhanded away, and they score. They continued to jam away, and they put it behind the goaltender Sanchi to make it a 2-1 affair. A lot of players came to the doorstep. And it could have been Poroshkov, but there was 3 players in very close vicinity, so we'll have to look for a little bit of clarification.
Well, we just got some news which will affect CSKA in the later game against Team Sweden. Team Sweden's Jack Bodin and Victor Noringer will be suspended for that game due to their major penalties at the end of the game.
There was a spearing call and a big boarding call too. So 2-1. They're back in this game, and now they will try to go for more. Let's see how Western Canada responds to being their lead cut in half. And that was number 9, Alexei Donsov, assisted by Timur Cole. Thought it was Donsov, there were so many players in the vicinity. Shot towards the net wide. Arpin throws it down low behind the cage. Almost a giveaway. Maxim Zaitsev is forced to throw it back for the blue liner, Tiulegin. Tiulegin gets it all the way down to the attacking zone. Icing as the call.
So earlier today, we've had 4 games played before this one started today. This morning, the Latvia Selects beat Team North America 5-3. The Midwest Selects beat Ural 2-1 at the Worth Arena. We covered the Pro Hockey Selects defeating the Sweden Selects 7-2, where those incidents happened. And back at the Worth Arena, the draft day selects defeated the Slovakia selects 5-3.
And coming up will be Dynamo and East Coast. Chance the other way, almost an opportunity to tie it up. And a call will be made. Interference against Western Canada.
And the next game in the Worth Arena, starting at 11:15, there was a suspension on one of the Alp Selects players, and the Alps are playing the SKA Silver Lions. I don't have the roster in front of me, but it was number 13 for the Alp Selects.
Right now it's a three-way battle to try and get those two spots for the bye. You have SKA Silver Lions and Pro Hockey, and also see SKA that came into the day with a 3-0 record. Pro Hockey has done their job. They're 4-0 and will maintain their top position. As a shot went on goal by Rodanov and it's stopped by the goaltender. But SKA will try and improve their record to 4-0, and if they're able to do so, that will mean that CSKA could potentially fall out and will have to play in the round of 16 tomorrow. On the power play, shot whistled wide of the cage. That one once again came from Shuravan. He has a cannon of a shot coming in shorthanded down the left wing. Gavin behind everybody in the left corner, trying to go to work. It is intercepted. Poroshkov. Throw it over for Rodanov. Ahead for Frolov. In the right corner, holding on. Sends it over to Poroshkov. Poroshkov deals it to the middle lane. Had it taken away and sent down to the other end. Nice job by the defense Arpin to get it into safe territory. Caswell was in pursuit of the puck. Timazov kept it away from him. 38 seconds remains on the power play. Frolov down the right side. Nestles it in behind the net. Kept alive, but now stolen. Maybe a bit of a break coming down the middle lane. But Caswell lost control. Racing back was Timazov to get it back. Caswell runs Timazov into the wall. Back to the other way. It's going to be Donsov leading the charge. Behind the back pass. Connected to his teammate. That is Okunev. Throwing across ice. Shot towards the goal. Whistled wide. There was time and room for Cole, but couldn't find the target.
And CSKA is looking like they're going to go back on the power play. The penalty hasn't been put on the board as of yet, but they're having a discussion over at the Western Canada bench.
And there is going to be a player taken off the bench and into the box. It will be Caswell. On the right point. Tierlagan holding on. Deals it over for Frolov. Now to the left point. Barbashin, he has no points in the tournament. He wants one here. Behind the case, centering pass. Great glove save is made by the goaltender Sanchi. He flat out robbed a quality opportunity right on the doorstep from Matveyko. Barbashin, no shot yet. From the side at a sharp angle, Matveyko not able to get it on target. He fanned on the opportunity, but gets it right back to the blue line. Matveyko has been ever so dangerous on this shift. To the left point, Barbashin, wrister, blocked before it got to the goal. Behind the cage. It is going to be a chance out of the corner. and that was denied. Power move by Utfa, but it was a too sharp of angle.
And the penalty was for body checking, just so everybody knows.
2:15 remaining in period number 1. Back to the right point. It is going to be a shot towards the net. Medveko can't get it through. Taking over is Kosciuszko. Kosciuszko holding on, hooked it in front, chance, scores! Tie game on the doorstep. It was Utfa firing a past Sanchi, and we are deadlocked at 2. We are getting the game we thought we would get. Back and forth, teeter-totter.
Well, the one thing that Western Canada needs to be very concerned about is that they have taken the last 4 penalties. And so discipline is an issue, and you can't give CSKA that much time and space. As we've seen the last 2 power plays, that's been both of their goals so far.
And now we see a 2 for 4 conversion rate on the power play, so 50%. Not really the recipe for success, but
they've just been getting better and better each time.
Mrzik, a shot. Save is made by Yegorov. He lost sight of the puck, but it's in between his pads. And at even strength, that's where Western Canada has been dominating this game, territorially.
But it seems like they're working so much more harder for their goals than CSKA.
And that is the frustrating thing if you are an opponent of CSKA. You could work so hard, you grind, you eventually get a break, and then one chance the other way, boom, it's in the net. But they'll have to continue to grind away, and hopefully for the sake of Western Canada, the goaltender will be able to shut the door. And obviously hopefully for CSKA's sake, they'll be able to just turn on the offensive jets a little bit more. A lot of teams are hoping right now.
On a hope and a prayer.
Yes. Poroshkov not able to hold that puck in. It is being played by Mrzik right down the left side. Hooks it back to the middle. And it's thrown all the way to the corner boards and up for CSKA. Frolov barging down the right side. Tries to get past Vaughn. Hooks it in front, almost a centering pass for Poroshkov. But it was taken away. Tielegan twisting and turning. Knocked off stride by Mrzik. Western Canada makes a change. Will CSKA be able to catch them? Losing control and kind of spinning around at the puck in the neutral zone was Kosciuszko. Heslop on the attack. Gets it to the attacking zone blue line, but they come in offside.
Well, looking at our game-tying goal scorer, Arseny Vorobev, at the time when we were making the notes, he hadn't played a single game for CSKA Moscow. So he's a little bit of a mystery to us.
So he is definitely going to be able to maybe step to the forefront to deliver a good forward-checking presence, as he has been dynamite every single one of his shifts. So a salvage in play, and time has expired. A 2-2 tie between CSKA and also Western Canada, and they will go to their respective dressing rooms, all deadlocked at 2 apiece. And thank you so much for joining us, and we will be back for period number 2 between these 2 rivals. Welcome back. Period 2 coverage is just moments away between the Western Canada Selects and the CSKA Moscow. A 2-2 tie, and Adam, we had the advantage of instant replay in our broadcast booth. I was able to take a look, and it's not number 91 Vorobev that scored a goal. It was number 21 Dmitry Utva. What could you tell me about him?
Well, Dmitry Utva, he scored 63 goals for the SKA Moscow over his career. This season, he has 19 points in 13 games, which is 9 goals and 10 assists this season.
And he's been with the Tier 1 or Tier 2 team since 2015, so really good pattern of success, and they've been so dominant in the possession of the championship for the Moscow Championship in Russia, so that's been very good for them over the years.
And eventually, once we're able to, we'll let them know that with the guys of instant replay that it was Utva that scored.
Yes, we're not able to really reach the scorekeeper that easily. They're all the way down on ice level, and we're all the way up in a broadcast booth, and it's kind of a bit of a maze to get out of here, to say the least.
And we wanted to make sure we had the beginning of this second period for you.
Absolutely. So CSKA had 20 wins and 1 loss in Group A play for the Russian Hockey Championship, and their lone loss was a 1-goal defeat in Kirlia Sovetov on November 4th. So November 4th, Adam, that's got to be, let me do the math here, almost 5 months without really a loss. Like, these guys must be kind of in an interesting situation. I wonder what was the dialogue in a dressing room with this team, the fact that they're not dominating. They're deadlocked with a team right now.
Well, they're not used to it. You have to imagine if they remember how to, what it's like to lose. Well, not necessarily how to lose, because that just happens, but just reacting to losing.
Yeah, it is really tough to imagine them in this situation and the mindset of their players, considering the fact they have scored 8.3 goals per game while allowing under 2. It's absolutely amazing. They're putting up video game scores all tournament long, and their players are putting up highlight reel plays, but they have met their match so far, at least, in Western Canada.
Well, what Western Canada needs to make sure that they stop doing is taking some of these undisciplined penalties, or just trying to figure out a way to relieve some of the pressure in the defensive end so they don't take a penalty. They have taken the last 4 penalties in this game, which is where the 2 goals came from for CSKA.
And of course, CSKA is affiliated with the professional team, who's also had a very good year. There's going to be a power play opportunity coming up for Western Canada.
Well, that breaks the streak.
And that will end the streak, and I'm sure that Jason Nicolette's and company are very happy about an opportunity to assert themselves on the man advantage. And they're going to work. A glove save is made off of a shot from the middle.
So on 2 previous penalties by CSKA, the Western Canada Selects weren't able to capitalize, but they have been able to dominate on even strength. This is where their goals have come from. So now is a good time to really show what they can do with the man advantage.
Puck is slid to the far half wall. Back for Celebrini. He loads up and fakes. Over to Hutzel. Cross seam, it's broken up. A short-handed chance coming down the middle. It is broken up. A quality opportunity, but it was taken away before an opportunity was able to get on goal. A lead pass the other way. Gavin gets it into the attacking zone. They are in hot pursuit. In the left corner. They have about 1:15 remaining on the power play. Hutzel, cross point. Celebrini fans on it, but Hutzel's there to pick up the slack. Shots were 14-11 in the first period for CSKA Moscow. And the puck is thrown to center. And you could hear Jason Nicholas from the bench barking orders, wanting his players to be a little bit more attuned to the details. They look a little groggy on this power play.
And CSKA is sensing that, putting the all-out forecheck.
Catton down in the left corner. Leaves it there for Heslop. Over to the far corner side for Catton. Back to the point. McLaughlin no shot. Catton reels it in. Slides it into Heslop. Looking around for a picture-perfect shot. Maybe Heslop will fire. Gets it down low. Jammed on the doorstep. They're backhanding away. Egorov holds it out.
So much for picture perfect.
And the puck is taken away all the way to the attacking end. Hiroshkov spins and fires and takes a shot on goal and a stop. Catton over the line. Drops it back. It is going to be McLaughlin. Trying to manage that puck, but it's stolen. Kosciuszko moves it into the slot area, throws it down low, just wide of the cage. And Bako killing off some seconds. We're back to 5-on-5. Tielegan behind the net, Kosciuszko. And the puck is stripped away, and it's going to be backhanded to the line and out. Ritchie over to Catton. Spins off a check. Goes to the slot. Backhander as he falls, but it didn't get through. No mustard on that attempt. Kuramoto feeds it up the middle. Celebrini started the goal scoring. Backhand pass across, backhand shot, and just missed a wide open net. That was Jackson Vaughn. Oh, so close to restoring the lead for Western Canada. And the drum continues to beat, getting more intense. The fans for CSKA is trying to spur them on to their first lead of the hockey game. On the left side, Kosciuszko lost control in the left corner. Got it free, it's poked along the far side boards, kept alive. Interception. Celebrini. Long pass up the middle. Number 13, Gavin, toe drags to the middle, but it's taken away. Puck is thrown to the slot area. On the near boards, a stoppage and play offside.
Well, one of the players that has been standing out for CSKA, and he's been standing out for CSKA all year, is Silanti Kosciuszko, I apologize. His play in the 2015-16 Moscow Cup was incredible. He had 41 goals and 73 points in 28 games. And over his career with CSKA, he has 96 goals and 83 assists in 86 games.
So the guy almost averages 2 points a game, just a little shy.
And he also happens to be one of the smallest players on the ice at only 142 centimeters.
And he is playing tall, though, very tall.
Just wait till he hits a growth spurt.
Oh yeah, time is off. Knocks it ahead into the attacking zone. They're going after it, that is Komarov. It's dealt over to the far side. It is going to be Caswell. Up the middle, Merzik, maybe a 2-on-1. Merzik behind the back pass, it's broken up. And a 1-on-2 the other way. End to end we go. Maxime Zaitsev lose control, but she gets it back. Over the line, but offside.
It's one move too many that number 91 for CSKA jumped in when he thought he was going to jump in earlier.
Faceoff will be outside of the Western Canada end. And we have a stoppage in play. And Adam, I mentioned how the professional CSKA Moscow KHL team is affiliated with this feeder system, and I really like what the Professional Hockey Organization does, and they publish stories about how each of the minor hockey teams are doing every single week on their website, so that's pretty cool.
Well, that's the way to get people interested in what's going on in their community, and it's the way to keep interested in that team as well.
Exactly. And cska Moscow is a very good team this year in the KHL. Had 44 wins in their first 56 games. Poroshkov coming down the left wing. Backhands it through the blue paint. Nobody was there. From the perimeter, a bomb didn't get through.
And there's a race for the puck.
And a race, and it's going to be won by CSKA. A big bump into the boards, and Kumamoto was knocked down by Frolov. Nobody really saw that.
Well, the race caused it not to be icing at the very least.
Celebrini takes a shot, blockered away by Egorov. Jesse Heslop over to Jackson Vaughn, sliding it over to the near side. Heslop is knocked down. And it's played out to center. Shuravin has it on his blade. Stopping up, looking to throw it down low. He has knocked off the puck. 3 Western Canadians converge on him. Pankey, a weak little back pass, but his teammate was able to get it, and Seeley made the outlet. Celebrini, down the left side, sharp angle shot. Save is made by Egorov.
Things have started to slow down as far as offensive chances in this period. Nobody really wants to give up that next goal, obviously, in a tie game. So they're more tightening up defensively, keeping everything to the outside.
And the defensive end presence is going to be Cole, throwing it up the left side, not able to get it out. Puck gets out to the neutral zone now, however. And they are going to go to work. Really protecting the puck well, it is Okunev. Okunev had it stripped away. A nice little stab off the blue line by Komarov. But overtaken. A counterattack. Caswell down the middle. Wraps it to the high slot. An interception, and Dontsov comes the other way. On his forehand, takes the shot, and the goaltender got a piece of that. Good reaction there, but mostly wide. Utva behind the net. He was looking for a wraparound, throws it in front. Great save is made by Sanchi. He flat out robbed Dontsov. Back the other way. Gavin steps up along the wall. Behind the cage for Caswell. Twisting and turning, throws it in front. Shot from the left point, wide of the goal. Another wrapped attempt by goaltender, and that was saved. And that was Gavin trying to make it happen.
And Gavin's been all over the ice in this game. We talked about him earlier. He is one of the key cogs of this Western Canada team, and he's going to be looked upon to help get this team back on the board to take the lead.
Western Canada's going to work. Puck is stolen and being engineered out to center by Frolov. Coming into the zone. Back to the left point. Shot by Barbashin. Glanced off a leg and wide. A little hook pass behind the cage. Taken by Kuramoto. Try to get it out for Kazan. It's intercepted. Shot on goal. Utfa's denied by Sanchi. They can't get it out still. Long range shot rolled on target and it stopped. .18 remaining in period number 2. 2-2 tie. All the goals were scored in period number 1. It was 2-0 Western Canada at one point. Mersick and Heslop are trying to steal that puck. Celebrini back to the right point. It goes past his man all the way down to the other end. Here's the race for the puck. It is going to be Piroshkov getting there. 5 goals in the tournament. Drop back to the circle. Wired wide of the cage. Coming down low is Rodionov. Into the slot. Shot on goal. Big save is made by Sanchi. Able to deny Lagoda. They're trying to get the puck out. Settling down the bouncing puck was Piroshkov.
And there's a tripping call on the play against CSKA, so Western Canada's gonna go back to the power play.
Opportunity knocks for the guys wearing red.
At one point they were both wearing red.
Exactly. Thank goodness that they changed to the white jerseys. Thank you to the CSKA Moscow coaching staff for making that call.
I think it would have been a little harder for Western Canada to do that because I don't think they have white jerseys.
No, they do not. Shot from the blue line. And that was not onto the net. Gavin to the right corner. Caswell assisting the turning. Back to the right point. Celebrini fakes. To the right corner for Caswell. He's holding on, throws across ice, Murzik a shot. Big save is made by Yegorov. Nice aggressive save there. Number 17, Celebrini falls down, but is able to make a desperation move of his stick to prevent a break the other way.
And by that desperation, the puck went back over the blue line and it became offside. And Quinton, we have an update from the Worth Arena. The second period is about to start between the SKA Lions and the Alp Selects. SKA is leading them 5-1.
SKA is trying to improve their head-to-head and goals for goal against differential because they want to be one of those teams with a 4-0 record. Pro Hockey is the only one so far. SKA is a prime to join them. I would be shocked if Alp had what it takes to come back. Alps have not won a single game in this tournament. But upsets happen all the time. Out of the corner. Ritchie not able to connect with his man. 32 seconds remains on the power play. Kuramoto, a lead pass. Ritchie into the high slot. Kuramoto tried to force feed it to the crease, but the stick was lifted for Celebrini. Roloff, backhander, got through to the goaltender, and he holds on. 4 seconds remaining on the power play.
And if you guys want, obviously everybody who's listening already knows how to get there, but if you guys want to pass along the information to watch our games here to the friends and family of the players and anybody else, we are at lgshockeytv.com.
Shot on goal, it just trickled through the pads, rebound, scores! The rebound hit the side of the net, and then it was jammed home. A big 3-2 tally. It is Piroshkov, the game breaker, making it a 3-2 lead for the guys wearing white, CSKA Moscow. $7:29 remaining. The first lead of the hockey game for the vaunted CSKA Moscow.
And you knew it was just a matter of time for them. They were able to kill off they were able to get 2 penalty kills, and they're not going to be held off too long.
And the goal is assisted by Rodionov and Shuravin. So number 5 and number 10. The question now becomes, does Western Canada have what it takes to bounce back? We've seen the resiliency from CSKA Moscow. Will we see resiliency from Western Canada? Caswell flips it up the middle. Gavin is going after it. Muscling against that puck, throws it along for Caswell, centering pass, missed everybody. Racing to keep it alive is Hutzel. Caswell again, looking to wrap it around in front, it goes, but just missed Mersick. On the right point, walking the line, time is up, a shot, tipped on target, save, a rebound, great save is made. As getting a piece of that quality attempt was Sanchi with his pad. That was robbery on the doorstep of Okunev.
And Alexei Rodionov, who is had one of the primary assists for that go-ahead goal, he has recorded 13 points in 13 games this season. That's right on pace for what he's done in the past. Last season, he recorded 11 points in 11 games. So he is a true point-per-game player.
And he got a shot on goal, and that was denied. In the left circle, a shot, wired wide of the net. 6 minutes remains on the clock. Weaving his way to the far side boards is Lagoda. Faking the shot of Shervin, now he takes it, scores! He was able to read the screen perfectly and drift it past Sanchi to make it 4-2. 2 goals in 105 seconds have broken this game open.
And Sanchi did not see that at all. That looked like it was tipped up as well. So he really had no chance at that one.
The shots that these kids have on this team, it is something to behold. So deadly accurate all the time, and they make it 4-2.
And West Canada Selects have called a timeout at this point, just trying to regain some composure. It's still a 4-2 game. It's very possible they can come back from this, especially with the talent that West Canada has. So they just need to take it one step at a time, one goal at a time.
Really, you just want to try and get a goal maybe in the next 4 minutes and 44 seconds. You're down by 1, and then take your chance with an empty net with a minute remaining, and there you go.
They wouldn't mind it a little earlier.
Of course. They wouldn't remind it maybe 5 seconds from now. Make it really easy. Well, the soundtrack system's trying to give the players a boost. Don't Stop Believing My Journey is on the sound system.
What, you think they're trying to send a message?
I think so. But I think it works both ways. See, SKA, they don't want to stop believing that they could be #1 in the standings. By holding on to this lead, they will be one of 2 teams with a 4-0 record and likely 3 with SKA Silver Lions. And based on goal differential, it should be SKA, it should be actually CSKA and Pro Hockey with the inside track of getting a bye to the quarterfinals.
Well, SKA has increased their lead in their game within the first 2 minutes of the second period, so it's now 7-1.
So we're going to have to maybe take a look at the standings to get a sense on what the goal differential is. A back pass into the slot area. Goes over into the corner. Puck is thrown ahead. Gavin down the left wing, takes the shot. Pad save is made by Egorov. Puck is thrown up the left side. A nice little drive to the net. Falling down is the forward Koshinko. 4:18 remains. Icing call.
Well, Pro Hockey has a goal differential of 23, and that is 8 more than CSKA has. I'm not sure if this part of the standing page is updated with the current game.
No, so if it maintained a 4-2 lead, it would be plus 17.
Yes. And then SKA Lions are at 10, differential 10, so they'll be at 16.
So CSKA has the slight edge right now, but the thing is, it's more likely that SKA will add more to their tally to a significant margin than these guys would against Western Canada, but we'll see. And they come close to making it 5. Comes back to the right point. Shot towards the goal, a little bit wide. It is going to be number 13 handling that puck. That is Gavin. Bounced out to center. They maneuver their way across the line. Caswell a shot. Save is made by Egorov. And he holds on. And Western Canada will have to try and beat the Slovakia Selects if they lose this game to maintain a 500 record, or over a 500 record.
And SKA has surpassed CSKA at this moment. They have now taken a 9-1 lead over the Alps in about a minute since we last updated.
So it looks like CSKA will have to really go to town against Sweden in their last game. But right now, CSKA, even though they're on pace for a 4-0 record, do not really have the inside track. They would be the top seed of the round of 16. And they would play the 14th seed. Shot towards the net. Save is made by Egorov. 3 minutes remains on the clock. Puck squirts off the wall, taken by Frolov. Goes all the way up the left wing for Piroshkov. Right down to the goalkeeper. And he picks it up.
Well, right now, at CSKA is just looking to get this game done. I don't think they're aware of the goal differential situation on the ice. So they're just trying to win hockey games right now. And it's just a matter of just keeping time in the offensive zone, making sure Western Canada doesn't have any opportunity to come back.
It's just people like you and me that care about that stuff.
Well, they might find out about it after the game.
Oh, they would. The only time when that really maybe factors is if a team needs to make the playoffs, they might pull their goaltender in the final game to try and get a little more offense. That's the only kind of situation where that might materialize. Kushenko needles off the puck. It's taken away and wrapped out. Arpin backhands it ahead. Caswell onto the blade of number 17, Celebrini. He started the goal scoring, almost was able to cut in. Goaltender has been pulled for an extra attacker. Nice draw by Katten to shoulder off Kushenko to get that puck back. Katten nudges it ahead. Western Canada had to take up. They were offside. They're in the attacking zone. A fan clearing attempt. Opportunity knocks. Heslop over to Katten, out of the corner, behind the cage. Merzic centers it, fires it wide. That was Katten on the doorstep. Heslop, Merzic in the right corner. A lot of mobility. It's thrown across to the left point. Arpin keeps it alive. A little bit of a run in between the two Western Canada players. Merzic across it goes, shot, scores!
Well, you pretty much almost got your wish within that time frame that you said earlier. That's a little bit over, but they still have 56 seconds, almost 57 seconds to get the tying goal.
A nice pass into the circle to make it 4-3. Edging a little bit closer. And they were able to really deliver. It looked like it was Heslop that was in the right circle, but very hard to tell at our angle. And of course, when players score a goal, all of them crowd together and then they get jumbled.
And now CSKA has taken their timeout. And to give you another update, what's happening in the Worth Arena is now 10-1.
So yes, SKA will have an edge going into their final game.
They have a differential of 19 at the moment.
Yes, and the differential has been cut down to, 16. I believe, 16, yes.
But CSKA, they're going to go up against a short-handed Swedish squad that is going to be missing two of their big-time players.
Yes, absolutely, and SKA will be taking on Draft Day Hockey, who's had an up-and-down tournament. We haven't seen a lot of them. We've only done one game. We're delighted to do that game at 5 o'clock. And it's actually Jordan Gavin. They were in close quarters to score that big goal. So a goal and an assist for Gavin, continuing a strong tournament. And he has 7 goals and 1 assist in 4 games, 8 points. 49 seconds. We have seen CSKA come back from a 2-goal deficit in this game. Western Canada wants to say to them, you think you could do it? We could do it too.
The good old Sesame Street song.
Oh, yes.
Anything you can do, I can do better.
I can do anything better than you.
No, you can't.
No, you can. All right, I think we've educated our fans enough of the Sesame Street. Let's get back to the hockey. On the right half wall. Goes back to the blue line. Block shot. Another chance by Celebrini, fired wide. Off the back door. They're trying to wrap it around. Goaltender's lost his stick. Save is made. Follow-up chance. Save is made again. Goaltender desperately trying to get a stick, and he does. And the equipment is a little bit in disarray for the goaltender. He is fixing his mask.
Well, will that mean the face-off will be in the offensive zone?
So it should be, and
which is unfortunate for CSKA as they were about to break out.
That was a very chaotic shift. Oh, so close. 22 seconds remains. They want to try and tie this game up at 4. Caswell down low, throws it across, not able to bank it in off of Merzik. Puck goes back to the neutral zone. Twisting and turning a Celebrini. One last chance. They're not likely going to get over the line. They lose possession. And the fans for CSKA Moscow get to cheer. The team in white survived the scare. A mighty effort for Western Canada, but they came up 1 goal short.
And this was a big test for CSKA because, like we said earlier, they had never been in a close game this entire tournament. And we didn't know how they would react in being in this type of game. And they almost did give up that 2-goal lead, but they ended up quelling the storm, and they're ready for handshakes.
And Adam, there's going to be numerous good matchups that could emerge in the playoffs. But boy, would I love to see these two teams square off again.
That would be fun, but there's a lot of good matchups that either of these teams could face in both the European side and in the North American selects.
Exactly. So CSKA is 4-0 in the standings. And they will be joined by SKA Silver Lions. They've updated the standings immediately. So CSKA, 24 goals for, 8 against. They are firmly behind Pro Hockey, and Pro Hockey does have the inside track for number 1 because they are expected to crush Slovenia. And CSKA, they should have the upper hand against a shorthanded Swedish team. And SKA Silver Lions, like we said, have a 10-1 lead, I believe, over the Alp Selects. They have the plus 19 goal differential.
And it's still 14 minutes left in that game, so they could very easily increase that lead.
And they're playing Draft Day in their final game. And I just want to take a look at Draft Day for a moment to get a sense on how well they're doing. They have a bit of an up and down tournament. It's been starting with an 8-1 loss, but then they were really maybe able to bounce back a little bit and win 3 straight games. So that won't be a pushover game. They were able to beat Ural, and then the Czech Knights, and then the Slovenian Selects. So that'll be a very entertaining game, and we'll have it at 5 o'clock. We'll be back at 3:30 for Sweden versus CSKA.